Well, my name is Andrew Morris, and I have a pretty common yet diverse set of art today. With my drum, I'm actually an Irish musician, and I play the bowrun in an Irish band. And I bought a new bowrun, and I had an old one that it means a lot to me sentimentally. I've taken it to Ireland. I played in Ireland, and my family's all from that area, and so I had to do an art piece, but use a different surface, use a different, not paper. And so I thought, well, I can take my old drum and use the skin as the canvas. And there are already marks in the skin from playing it for years and years. You know, you get marks from the stick, and I looked at the skin, and the marks were kind of resembling foliage and bushes and all that. So I took the charcoal and I just started making a landscape drawing, because, you know, Ireland always has that romantic, you know, the Irish countryside with the cottages and all that. So I tried to recreate that with charcoal on the drum skin itself. So I thought the perfect name for the piece would be Irish Rhythm and Beauty. And it means a lot to me. The drum itself has a lot of sentimental value, but also it put a lot of time and passion into doing the art piece itself. And then from that, I actually, with charcoal, that was one of my first times really passionately using charcoal. And I discovered that I love using it, and I love doing nature and landscape with it. So that inspired me to do a whole series of charcoal drawings of trees, and specifically British Columbia and Vancouver Island trees that people walk by every day. I've really grown to love trees. You know, everybody walks by them, we have them all over the streets, on the sidewalks, and people walk by trees because they're everyday sights. I started seeing beauty in every piece of bark on the tree, and so I went out and I did an entire series, and the series started meaning more and more to me as I got a bit politically and involved with, you know, saving old growth forest and you know, really appreciating and saving the nature we have in BC. So I started putting that love behind my drawings. Like this drawing right here, Respect Your Elders is what I've decided to call it, because if I've had many trips to Cathedral Grove and seen the old ancient trees, and it's just, they're amazing. And so I tried to capture that in charcoal, and I thought there was also kind of, I don't know, I thought there was maybe a bit of irony in drawing a series of trees with charcoal, because the charcoal I was using was made from burnt compressed wood. So I thought drawing trees with dead trees was symbolic. And so, yeah, I ended up producing quite a series. This is only a handful of the series itself. And then I had this sculpture I did in the middle of school. And this was my first time tackling sculpture at all. I've never worked in 3D medium at all. And I had an amazing instructor, and I produced this happy man right here. One thing I wanted to capture with him is a life of happiness. I was told that you can always tell if someone's lived a happy life by the wrinkles on their face, you know. And so I wanted to tie it in with my trees. So I called him the Happy Woodsman, because I actually know a few people who spend a lot of life outdoors, and they have all the romantic, you know, visions of the woodsman with the long beards and hair. And so it turned out perfectly. I love it. I'm really proud of it, my first sculpture, so hopefully there will be more on the horizon, that's for sure. And the final piece I have in the show today is the painting over in the window. And the painting is the biggest painting I've ever done, which to me was a big deal because I'm colorblind. So painting to me I've always been afraid. It's one of the reasons why my whole life I've been using graphite and charcoal and pens, and I'm afraid to use color. But I decided to try it, and I had an amazing teacher in Steve Dickerson, and he worked with my colorblindness and helped me produce a series of paintings commemorating the 100th anniversary of the Canadian Scottish Regiment. I'm the drum sergeant in the regiment, so I decided to commemorate the history of the regiment by doing a series of paintings of Highlanders throughout the history. And the painting I had completed for this is 3 Highlanders marching towards the front lines in World War I, you know, in the reflection in the water, and I'm very happy with it. It's my first large-scale painting, and they didn't use a lot of color. I stayed with, you know, earth tones, so, you know, I wasn't pushing my color blindness, but it's definitely, I'm very happy with, and hopefully I could keep painting. It's really burst a bubble for me, you know, not being afraid of paint. But yeah, so it's all come together really well. Yeah.